Welcome to SveNFL Emergency Podcast with Jonathan Rollins.
Skip me, Zara.
And we're two Americans living in Sweden talking about emergencies. Emergencies. There is trouble on the horizon.
Yes.
Oh shit, not good.
There's trouble in Raider Nation.
Yes, somebody hit us up, and they said they love the soundboard. Somebody hit us up on our social media. Yeah,
As they should.
Shout out to you, person who appreciates what we're doing.
Yeah, so, I guess we're doing this in part because, we recorded the preview episode and we didn't really do much news.
No.
And we recorded that at a time before this story about Davante Adams really became the headline.
It was rumors back then, like 2 days ago. It was rumors 2 days ago.
So I thought maybe we talk a little bit about how we got here. First, there's a fair amount of speculation. A couple of weeks ago, head coach Antonio Pierce claimed that some of his players in a loss were out there making some business decisions.
Yeah.
Some people speculated that had something to do with Davante Adams. We don't know if that's true. If it is, Adams allegedly said, "Okay, I'll make a business decision that my hamstring is injured." And then all of a sudden, a Sports Illustrated article drops and gets shared on social media about Davante Adams potentially playing his last snap in Las Vegas. And
it should have been like this.
Yeah. And what really triggered that sound to start taking place across the entire NFL media landscape was the thing.
When you say sound, do you mean this sound?
Yes, that sound.
I'm sorry.
And there's only one thing that can trigger that kind of sound.
What kind of is it? This sound? No,
in today's modern world that is just dominated by social media, it was the simple act of Antonio Pierce liking the tweet, which, for starters, kind of my first thought when I see stuff like that is like, you do realize that you can like something and not like it.
Like it. Yeah.
Like you could just like it and not let everybody
acknowledge it. Oh yeah. I see what you mean. I thought you meant like you could click a like on it, and that doesn't mean I like it. It means I'm acknowledging that it exists. But you can also look at it, like it, and not do anything.
And just put your fucking phone down.
Put your phone down.
What the hell's wrong with these people? The world is so stupid. Then
Antonio Pierce is old school though.
Yeah. Maybe he thinks it's like a social contract. Well, I do like this, so I am therefore required to acknowledge that I like it. Like, come on.
He had a boomer moment. I have no choice. I like it.
So the next chapter in this saga is the day after. Everyone's talking about this, and Davante Adams is interviewed by Kay Adams.
And they're not related.
Right. Kay Adams is former Good Morning Football, but she has her own show now.
She's great, though. I like her.
She asked him about the situation, and Davante claims that he said something, I'll paraphrase. He says, I can't control that. All I can control is this interview and whatever happens next. And then the next thing that happened was that Davante Adams requested to be traded away from the Las Vegas Raiders.
Maybe he's the one that Antonio Pierce was talking to anyway about business decisions.
Maybe not. Either way, it's not like we haven't really expected this from him. He came to Vegas to play with Derek Carr. Derek Carr gets shipped off to the Saints. He gets stuck with, a rookie quarterback, and first he got stuck with Jimmy G, which was terrible, and then he gets stuck with the rookie quarterback. What's his name? Was it Aiden O'Connell? Is that his name?
Aiden O'Connell. Where's Jimmy G now?
Jimmy G is
I wonder what
a backup for the Rams, but he was suspended for the first 2 games of the year, even though he's not playing, of course, for like a PED violation.
Oh, shit.
Apparently he was taking steroids while he was trying to recover from an injury or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, so Davante Adams is officially requesting a trade. Everybody's talking about it, and we figure we should probably talk about it a little bit as well, and more specifically, the potential trade destinations. The number one destination that everybody's talking about, and reportedly he has also confirmed, is obviously the New York Jets.
It feels like the media is trying to speak this into existence.
Yeah, it's either that or
it's annoying to me, man. It's annoying. I know it's a new age. I know they're Gen Zers and all of this shit. But whatever happened to just why they got it like they get disgruntled and then everybody knows about the whole diva thing, but now the players having more power. It still bothers me a little bit when the players are like, I want to go here, I want to go there, and I can't remember it really working out where the player's right about movements, Right.
Well,
or bringing their coach in or whatever. You know what I'm saying? When the player tries to punch above their weight, they normally are wrong.
Usually,
in multiple sports. LeBron James wanting to bring in a different coach and doing this and bringing players together, and then it don't work in basketball either. I don't know, man. So I didn't like it when he forced his way out of Green Bay to go with Derek Carr, and then Derek Carr was Derek Carr. It didn't work out in Vegas, and he's gone, and now you there. But you forced your way there. So what happened to, damn, I fucked up. I forced my way here. Now I'm in this situation. Deal with it. But no. Now you got to make a ruckus, and it's total disregard for the rest of the locker room. I don't like it at all.
Fair enough. I couldn't disagree with that. The first narrative that pops out of this after he requests a trade are that he obviously would like to wind up with a quarterback that he's familiar with. So the top 2 teams that were mentioned were the Jets and the Saints, because the Saints would obviously reunite him with Derek Carr.
How did it go? How did it go when you were with those said quarterbacks? You know what I mean?
Well, it went great when he was with Rodgers.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
It's not the same Rodgers.
Problem is that the Saints is not a very realistic option given the fact that they only have $2 million in cap space. So everybody knows that the cap sometimes feels like it's not real.
Especially in the case of the Saints.
And especially in a place like New Orleans.
They got the voodoo cap.
But are the Saints, I don't really see the Saints as a team that's one receiver away from being a Super Bowl contender. So I don't really.
Really?
I don't see that.
You don't see that?
No, they're too inconsistent for me. They're just.
So you think they need a quarterback? I mean, their receiver core is good, and then to add him to it, you got Shaheed, you got Olave, and then you already got Kamara, who's a really good receiver out of the backfield, and then you add Davante Adams to it. That would be a sick receiver core. Who's their tight end?
Their tight end is Taysom Hill.
They got Taysom Hill? Oh, my favorite player. No.
Who's the other guy? They have another guy who sometimes pops up.
I think it would make them a top 10 wide receiver core if he joins that receiver core.
Sure. However, we've seen them through the first 4 weeks of the season to be precisely what they have been for the last several years, which is a team that can blow you out or show up and deliver a head scratching performance where they can't seem to put any points on the board. So I don't see them like that. I think they could.
Foster Moreau, Jawan Johnson, who's questionable.
Jawan Johnson was the one that I was thinking of.
And Dallin Holker. You know, that doesn't make you shiver? Dallin Holker?
So, first and foremost, I think as far as I've read, acquiring Davante Adams this year would be, for any team, whoever it is, will be about a $13 million cap hit.
Oof.
And then, of course, whether he's a 1-year rental or whether you give him a deal, that's a whole nother conversation that gets very complicated because his contract gets massive next year. So that's not even really part of the discussion. So what I thought we would do is kind of go through the list of like, I'm at over the cap.
Okay.
To me, the most kind of interesting conversation we can have is, because I agree with you. I think his idea of wanting, if it's true that he would rather go to the Jets or the Saints, I personally think there are better options for him. And if I were his friend or his agent or his life coach, I would be telling him, I would be telling him otherwise, right?
A chauffeur.
So for starters, the 49ers have the most cap space of everybody in the league.
That's the best case scenario is he go there.
Perhaps.
I think going there, or no, Detroit might be the best. But I think 49ers, if he wants to win, it depends on what he wants, but it feels like he's got to get over this fucking Saints Jets shit. This Rodgers car. The Rodgers thing doesn't make sense because how many more years is Rodgers going to play? He's already a decline. There's already a decline. He can't move as well as he normally does. He scrambled twice, and everybody's like, oh. But we see, Aaron, Aaron, where are you? Is the question. So I don't think that's going to work unless it's just for 1 year.
I think the Jets continue to have problems with their offensive line, which is going to be problematic. So I agree. The 49ers could theoretically be the best chance for Davante Adams to win a Super Bowl. My only caveat, though, is are the 49ers really a wide receiver away? I mean, they're already a Super Bowl contender in most people's opinion.
They got pieces they can move to get him or whatever.
But what do you do? Like, I mean, obviously, okay, so the Raiders reportedly are looking for a second-round pick plus some other type of compensation. So do you send them Ayuk, who's 10 years younger than him? In which case, I'm not giving you – if I'm the 49ers, I'm not giving you my second-round draft pick if I'm sending you Ayuk. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because if you have a team like the 49ers and you have you've got Ayuk, you've got Debo, you've got Kittle, Juwan Jennings is playing quite well.
Yeah, you got you're saying they don't need him.
I'm like, what does I mean, I don't see a receiver as the 49ers. I don't see a receiver being the thing that's preventing them from going back to the Super Bowl. Personally. The next team on this list is the Browns. He's not going to the Browns.
They got the best quarterback out there.
There's no fucking way he's going to the Browns.
No way he's going to Patriots. No.
Patriots, we can take them off the list. There's no way he's going there. To me, and you mentioned this, I personally think the dopest move would be to go to the Lions.
Ben Johnson. Oof.
I mean, you have not only an existing like electric offense, you have what is arguably the best offensive line in the NFL, protecting a Goff who is more or less a pocket passer.
Which helps that line. That helps the line. That's why they're so good.
He's a pocket passer who has tons of protection. Most of his games are played indoors in a dome. I mean, this team could just shred the league. You throw a Davante Adams in there.
But yesterday we talked about it. What team did I say was interested?
I don't remember.
The next one. The Commanders.
Yes. That's a really sexy proposal. The idea of that offense playing the way that they're playing, and then all of a sudden you throw Davante Adams into the mix. To me, that is also would be phenomenal.
But Cowboys
are another team that is on a lot of people's landing spot.
All of these are better than Jets and Saints.
Cowboys, to me, makes sense in that we've been talking about it. They're still going to have the problem that their running back room is ridiculous. But the other problem they have is that they don't really have a lot of receiver depth beyond CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. So that would be a major upgrade for them, I think. Yeah. And then, of course, after that, you have the Cardinals. I'm not really sure. I don't see why he would want to go there. The Jets do have $16 million in cap space, so this is a realistic scenario. It's very realistic. It could happen.
Jags and Packers, those are the last ones that he can fit financially, right? Oh, and Titans. And the rest are under. They don't have enough money, the rest of the league.
Those things can be solved.
Of course.
But the reality is that the Jags are 0-4. Nobody wants to play for them.
Right.
The Packers are kind of. Could he go back to the Packers? I guess. I mean, could be interesting. Titans are not serious people. Buccaneers. I would really hate it if he landed on the Buccaneers, but yeah. I mean, there are other interesting options on here, but to me, the ones that make the most sense and the ones that I think would be the most fun is if he landed either on the Lions or the Commanders.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think Lions playing in a dome helps too. You don't have to worry about weather. I mean, he didn't have to worry about it in Vegas either. Another one that's on here they're close. You know, they'd have to move stuff around that might be interested, especially because of how their season's going and the desperation of their front office. Eagles. Because they get A.J. Brown back, Davante Adams, Devontae Smith.
That would be interesting.
Saquon Barkley.
I saw a tweet yesterday. I hate this because it's like I want it to happen, but it never happens. It was a suggestion for a 3-way trade where Davante Adams would go to Davante Adams. It was a 3-way trade between the Raiders, the Eagles, and the Falcons.
Okay.
Raiders, Jets, and the Falcons. So the Jets would get Davante Adams. The Falcons would get Hassan Reddick, who is refusing to play at the moment. And then the Raiders would get draft picks. It never happens. Just 3-way trades just never fucking happen in the NFL.
It's basketball.
But that would be dope as fuck. All these other teams, the Bills are on this list of people saying this would be a great spot for him. Because
Buffalo needs a wide receiver. Yeah,
obviously they're kind of in need of a number one. They only have $3 million in cap space. Yeah. Again, they can make it work. The Ravens, a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, can you imagine the Ravens with that?" And then of course everybody is trying to make this connection. The Chiefs are kind of back where they were last year in need of a wide receiver. But
there's rumors about Tyreek Hill going to the Chiefs. That's one thing that was floating around.
There's no way the Raiders are going to let Davante Adams go to the Chiefs unless the Chiefs offer them unless the Chiefs make an offer they can't refuse. I don't see it. But yeah. Other than that, I don't see anybody else that makes sense. I mean, the Falcons, we don't need them. We got 2 receivers putting up 100 yards on Thursday Night Football, so it's all good. We don't really need Davante Adams. Just don't put him in our division. That's all I care about.
It seems like the Raiders are going to put him in the NFC probably. And the Raiders got to remember that they hold the power too, man. But True. It could be looked at. Antonio Pierce got to watch out because it could be looked at as he ran him out of town. Even though I feel like he's just like ultimate diva. This is the second time he's doing it.
Well, I think you're right that the Raiders have all the leverage. Mm-hmm. That being said, I don't think Antonio Pierce has a lot of rope. as far as his public opinion is concerned, because he I think there's a lot of people.
I'm telling you, it's like Singletary, bro.
Who don't
Singletary.
who don't trust him as a legitimate head coach.
Right.
So you're right. He's going to have to be careful. At the end of the day, it's not even his decision to make. To be honest, it's the GM and the owner. I mean, they're going to have to go to the owner and say, "This is who wants him, and this is what we're going to get." And that takes the Chiefs off the list. They're never going to do that. It takes
Chiefs, Chargers.
It takes just about.
Chargers ain't even mentioned in this shit.
I mean, it would have to take just about every other. I agree with you. I think it would disqualify most AFC teams. But there's no way Mark Davis is going to want.
To face this guy.
Yeah. It's going to be like when those were different divisions, but we saw what happened. We saw what happened to the GM in Tennessee. The day after AJ Brown lit them up after they traded him away to the Eagles. That guy is. Wait
till the Giants get a hold of the Eagles. Oh no, they played already, right? No, they haven't.
No, they haven't. They haven't played.
Wait till that happens.
Do they play this week? I don't remember if they play this weekend or not.
It might be. I know that I remember when Donovan McNabb, after all those years with the Eagles, got traded to the Redskins at the time. And that was a huge thing about them, like trading them within the division and playing them twice. Andy Reid, that was a big fuck you to him on the way out. That hurt his feelings too, McNabb.
So yeah, that is the update, more or less. We'll see if and when it goes down.
Yeah.
Because this would be huge. What's the trade deadline? Week 7, week 8? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so. I think it might have moved once they added the game. That was our update. Oh man, this is fun. Man, that's it, man. We'll be back soon though. We're gonna be back. Those of you that are following our gambling journey, you can hit us up on patreon.com/SveNFL to hear our bets for the week. They're coming up soon for the Sunday, Monday games. We had our Thursday games. I won't tell you how it went. That's none of your fucking business. But but we'll be back soon. Stay tuned, man. It's been Jonathan Rollins.
Give me Zara.
With SveNFL. Peace.
Later, y'all.